The Shortest Day by Susan Cooper. And so the shortest day came and the year died. And everywhere down the centuries of the snow-white world came people singing, dancing, to drive the dark away. They lighted the candles in the winter trees. They hung their homes with evergreens. They burned beseeching fires all night long to keep the year alive. And when the New Year's sunshine blazed awake, they shouted, reveling. Through all the frosty ages, you can hear them echoing behind us. Listen. All the long echoes sing the same delight. This shortest day brings promise, awakens in the sleeping land. They carol, feast, give thanks, and dearly love our friends, and hope for peace, and now so do we, here now, this year and every year. As the sun reaches its southernmost position, it marks a pivotal moment when time seems suspended in a wintry stillness. The earth embraces this darkness, and yet when it lies within it, the seed of renewal. It's a celestial pause before nature's grand symphony of spring resumes as a gradual crescendo. As the earth tilts, it marks this solstice, the shortest day and the longest night in the northern hemisphere. Varying between the 20th and 23rd scientifically, if you picture the earth leaning away from the sun as if seeking solace from the shadows, making the sun appear lower in the sky, it's a celestial ballet that ushers in the cloak of darkness earlier, creating an embrace of the night that lingers until the spring equinox arrives. Our second reading, Yule as potentially seen by a small Scandinavian ancestor. With a heart brimming with anticipation, I ventured across the threshold of our warmly lit Norse cottage, a sanctuary held dear by us all. Father's return from the traditional 35-day expedition in pursuit of the elusive sun filled the air with palpable excitement. The feast of robust pig and poached pears danced in the air with tempting aroma. As we sat by the flickering hearth, savoring a satisfying meal, the true jubilation awaited. A cherished tradition of exchanging homemade treats and treasures, Sister Astrid's intricate crafts and Father's masterfully carved delights would weave a tapestry this night of camaraderie that would last for all time. This is not about the gifts, though. It is a special time for our family and our people. It is a time of spiritual reflection, gratitude for the past year's blessings and harvest, and looking forward to the new year possibilities. We embrace the cyclic nature of life, honor our connections to the natural world, and celebrate the triumph over light of darkness. Of light over darkness. Many ancient people believed that the sun was a god and the winter came every year because the sun god got sick and weak and then got better. They celebrated this solstice because it meant that at last the sun god would begin to get well. Evergreen boughs reminded them of the green plants that would grow again when the sun god was strong and the summer would return. Some traditions, present day, Wiccans, which were not directly lined from Scandinavia, but celebrate what we call the Oak and the Holly King battle. Half of the year is ruled by the Oak King, the old king who dies at solstice, and then the second half is ruled by the young buck Holly King, and also we have the goddess who dies at Yule and comes back in spring. So this for us, guided by the rhythm of the solstice, we carve the Yule log, infuse it with dreams and aspirations, give gratitude to the Oak King, and give blessings for the Holly King. With every stroke, we etch our pledges to honor the power of our intention and manifestation. From Ellen Jackson, The Winter Solstice. In Northern Europe, people lit great bonfires to celebrate the rebirth of the sun. Some people tied apples to branches of oaks and firs to remind them that summer would come again. They placed candles on branches of these trees. Celts even began to bring mistletoe into the home. The story of mistletoe, yep, it's a Christmas tree. The story of mistletoe is but one of the Celtic Yule season that has dawned many of our traditions. The Druids are believed to, and the Celtic priests revere mistletoe for its perceived magical qualities. During the solstice, which held immense significance in Celtic culture, mistletoe was ceremoniously harvested from oak trees using a golden sickle. The fact that mistletoe grew high on the branches without touching the ground added to their allure. Celtic priests would hang mistletoe in the homes and on sacred altars as a symbol of peace and goodwill. It is believed to bring about blessings, prosperity, and protection from harm. The custom of using mistletoe in rituals during the winter solstice eventually become intertwined with traditions and folklore. Over time, these practices evolved and merged with other cultural traditions, Norse mythology, European traditions. In the context of holiday traditions, the association of mistletoe with romance and kissing is believed to have originated from a Norse mythology story where a symbol of love and reconciliation came back with the men of a tradition of kissing on the cheeks. A tradition persisted and eventually evolved to our present-day customs of kissing under the mistletoe. Through ancient garbs, refined rituals, and celebrations of the Wheel of the Year, many Wiccans embrace the transformative essence of Yule, not merely as a celebration, but as a spiritual pilgrimage, a sacred journey resonating with the whispers of our ancestors. It is a time where our mystical meets our mundane, where we weave the tapestry of spirit with intention, magic, and the eternal promise of renewal and rebirth. A poem by Shinri. Amidst the silent night's embrace, find solace in a quiet space. Stars cover up with cosmic dome, following where your spirit roam. Yule's dark dance and cosmic sway aligns your soul in fervent play. As solstice nears the season's song, nature whispers, you belong. Rejoice, rejoice, the spring is near. Find your soul's voice, dispel all fear. New Year's promise, radiant bright, intention set this solstice night. Under the cloak of Yule's darkness, we can start to see the promise of renewal and rebirth. We can delve into positivity, resilience, and the eager anticipation of brighter days, channeling energies through gratitude, visualizations, and acts of kindness to amplify the flickering flame of hope. By embracing these mystical tenets of hope, rebirth, and communal ties, we can start to traverse a path of personal awakening, fortifying the web of interconnected souls and cosmic consciousness throughout our ever-turning wheel of the year. I have a short little anecdote from my childhood. I had a sister who was 9 years younger than me. She passed away this February from COVID and other medical conditions that caused her to pass from COVID. And so we lost her. But one of my favorite Christmas memories as a child, my mother came in 1965 on a boat to Ellis Island and moved to New York and met my father. And our Christmas trees, we always put live candles. I love that. And my father and my mother separated when I was 6, and my father remarried some years later. And my new younger sister saw our first Christmas, and we had Christmas tree candles lighting, and she spent literally the entire night singing Happy Birthday to Jesus, dancing around the tree and blowing out the candles. My favorite memory, Jill. So I dedicate this talk and this final reading poem to her. I also wrote this poem. In ancient times, the shadows swayed, Norsemen on hunts for summer's gaze. Yule advents the depth of night, the heart's warm fire burning bright. Yule logs ablaze hold spring in sight, evergreened halls in festive light. Modern ways with Wiccan eye honor Yule, its essence nigh. From Yule's great hope of gift to glow, Yule's traditions thrive and grow. From dark to light, Yule's gifts do give, to grow in presence, change, and live. As we conclude what I hope was an enchanting Yule reading for some of you, for all of you, I hope it made your spirit of the season a little more enjoyable. I would like to say that I did bring a little something for you, and you may take these home, so you don't have to feel obligated to do it now, although I think we still have some time, plenty. I have these little ornaments. If you want to take an ornament and pass it back, and then I'll take the bowl away, just take a marker, pass it like a little song train going, right? Like the first verse, the second verse. All right, and just pass that back. Everybody can take a marker if you'd like. We're only going to ask you to take it home, so nobody has to see it. We're not going to read them out loud. We're not going to pass them. Nothing like this. All right. Well, the ornament you have is desired for you to be able to set an intention for the spring, for the new year. We call kind of Yule as kind of like a new year. So the solar year. So if you would like to, you can take a moment and Kelly, if you want to wrap them up, we're almost done. If you want to feel the intention in your heart, what you would like to manifest in your life, you can mark it on the ornament in writing or in a symbol or a little drawing, or you can keep it blank and just think what you want on it, and you're welcome to take that home. I like to put them in the Christmas tree water, in the if you get a live tree, or in the little bowl under it. That's where I like to stick them. And then after Christmas, when I dump out the water, finally clean out the bowl, I put it in the woods somewhere and just throw it under, because they're chipped wood that you can put them out in soil. So if anybody would like to, I encourage you to do that. I find that it's nice to write it down. You make a little mental contract in your head to work towards it. Okay. Well, we'll collect the markers after. We'll put a box out by the Yule log. So, thank you very much. That's the end of my reading. I appreciate everybody that came today. And I would like to say that I really hope that in this time of trouble, that you find community here and in the world at large. And also, I know that many of you this year hold things in deep concern. I know that you're concerned for your partner, husband, who's you're the caregiver for, which is no small feat. Some of you are concerned for family. I know you have a deep concern for the children in Gaza and the families in Gaza that you feel were violated, and other children that you didn't want to see hurt. I know that that's strongly held for you, and I hope that you find peace in that. And I also agree that it's not so nice to see people die, any people. So I hope everybody finds a little peace with all of their deep concerns this year. Families abroad, in Mexico, traveling, wherever. That's my fervent hope for your Yule. And I would like to just say that may the blessings of the season illuminate your path ahead with joy, love, fulfillment, light. May you find renewal and rebirth this winter, and may all your passions be ignited. The solstice is upon us. Merry Yule.